Hi, this is Algebra 2. So the second part of the chapter 1.4. This time we're going to be solving the linear system by the second method called the substitution. Okay, I want to say this one is easier, but just different. Okay, both method, either elimination or substitution, you're welcome to use it. But basically just pick one that you feel comfortable with and to work on the system of three equations. Let's get started. Okay, so the previous video was 28 minutes, I believe. It was kind of long, but hopefully I can cut this one short. So I'm gonna just do two problems. That's gonna be 20, and then let's pick number 26. Okay, so let's get started. So if you look at number 20, okay, the variable you want to spot on or to focus on is the one that's a variable that has no coefficient. For example, this one right here. So it's just a single x by itself. Okay, this is what you're gonna do. If this is equation number 1, I'm going to isolate this red x. So equation number 1, I'm gonna rewrite it as right here. I'm gonna write over here. Okay, so I'm gonna write as, you're gonna add 6y on both sides. You're gonna add 2z on both sides. So you're gonna have x equals to 6y plus 2z minus 8. Okay, so you're gonna use that expression of 6y minus 2z minus 8, and then you're gonna plug it into the x's on equation 2 and equation 3. Okay, so that's how it's gonna look like. So if you plug it into the second equation, it's gonna look like this. So I'm just gonna rewrite the expression. Okay, I'll put the parentheses, and then I'll use the black. So this is the equation number 2, right? So equation number 2, right here. Make sure that you have a negative in front of the x. Okay, plus 5y plus 3z, which equals to 2. For equation number 3, you're going to plug it into the x in equation number 3. So 3 is going to remain there. And then you can insert that 6y plus 2z minus 8. You're going to substitute it into the x and then rewrite the rest. Okay, after you do that, you're gonna have to combine the like terms. So the only part that's gonna be I'm a little worried about is that the distribution. So you're gonna distribute the negative to all three terms, and for equation 3, you're gonna distribute the 3 to all the terms. Okay, so what's gonna happen is that since I don't have enough space, so I'm gonna show you guys that what happened if I combine that equation 2, all the like terms in equation 2 and then all the like terms in equation 3. What's gonna happen is that I'm going to get a brand new equation that's just two variables, and that's going to be, okay, I'm calling letter A. Equation letter A, that's going to be negative y plus z equals to negative 6. Okay, if you do the combining of like terms for equation number 3, okay, it's okay that I erased it because this is a video, so you can always go back and see what I wrote earlier. So that's going to be equation letter B, 16y plus 2z, which equals to 42. Okay, so that's a clean look of what's happening after you combine all the like terms. Now let's look at the next slide. So this is what you got, and now you want to eliminate one of the two, either y or z. Okay, so you can get the actual value for one of the two variables. Okay, so obviously you want to look at the z. Okay, so if I just multiply by the first, or I shouldn't call it first, I should say equation letter A by 2. Okay, what's going to happen is that this is going to become, be careful with this erasing job. Okay, this is going to give you negative 2y plus 2z equals to negative 12. Okay, and then you can subtract letter A to letter B, so just do a simple subtraction. Okay, so negative 2y minus negative 16y, that's going to be negative 18y, and then these are canceled. This is equal to negative 12 minus 42, that's going to be negative 54. Okay, so if you divide it by negative 18 on both sides, okay, y is equal to 3. Okay, now you're able to see that you can plug in this 3 into one of the y's. Okay, I will just plug it into the first one. Okay, so letter A. So plug 3 into the y in letter A. So 3 here plus 2z equals to negative 12. Go ahead and solve it. You should get z equals to negative 3. Okay, all right, so last thing I want to do is plug it into another equation from the original question. So equation 1. Okay, rewind back to the previous slide. The x was isolated. That was my first step. Okay, it was x equals to 6y, so y is 3 now, plus 2z, now z is negative 3, just plug in negative 3 in there, minus 8. And then you go ahead and solve for x. X is equal to 4. Okay, and you want to create a good habit. You want to put in the order triple, so it's going to be 4, comma, 3, comma, negative 3. That will be your answer. Okay, second and last question. So this time, earlier I told you that you could spot on the variables that doesn't have coefficient. Okay, in this case, I give you 2 options, and I'm just gonna do one. So either you're gonna be isolating y or you're gonna be isolating z. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys the one that you're isolating z. So, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just add z on both sides, and I'm gonna subtract 15 on both sides. What that will do is that I'm gonna move z to the right hand side, okay, and then it's gonna be a positive z, isolated. Okay, so what's gonna look like is, this is equation number 1. That's a rewrite. Okay, so it's gonna be z, it's gonna be z equals to 2x minus y minus 15. Okay, you should pause anytime you feel like you have any confusion over this. Okay, so now I just isolated z. Now let's look at equation number 2. So I'm gonna plug in the z into equation number 2. Okay, so how that's gonna look is equation number 2. Later on, this equation number 2 is gonna become my equation letter A. Okay, so I'll just put it like that. So 4x plus 5y plus 2z. Now the z is going to be equals to 10. So z is going to be the new expression that I found, right? So it's going to be 2x minus y minus 15. Put that in there, okay? All right, so let's look at another one. Equation number 3. Later on, it's going to become the equation letter B. So equation number 3 is negative 4x minus 4y plus 3z, which equals to negative 20. Now I'm going to plug in the 2x minus y minus 15 into that z in the third equation. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that make sure you guys distribute the 2 correctly. Okay, distribute the 3 correctly for equation number 3, and then you combine all the like terms, and you should be able to get your equation letter A and equation letter B. So let's move on and look at how we'll see. Okay, let's see how it look. So letter A and letter B. Okay, so after you combine all of them, this is what you will get, right? Okay, so what do you have to do to eliminate one of the two variables? Okay, so let's check this out. So you can just multiply the letter B by 3. Okay, what that does is it's going to become 15x and then plus 3y. Okay, remove this parentheses and 25, and this is going to be 75. Okay, now you can just subtract equation A to equation B. Okay, these are going to cancel, so this is going to be negative 7x equals to negative 35. Okay, so if you don't feel like dealing with the negatives, you can use equation B to subtract equation A, then you're going to get positive 7 and positive 35. Okay, either way, it's going to get you the same answer. Okay, but let me just erase those, stick with the original plan. So divided by negative 7 on both sides. Okay, x equals to positive 5. Okay, plug the x back into one of the two x's. Okay, so I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna plug it into equation letter A. So I have 8 times 5 plus 3y equals to 40. Okay, so you can go ahead and solve for it. 8 times 5, that's 40. Okay, 40 plus 3y equals to 40, so that means 3y equals to 0. Okay, go ahead and solve for it. You should find that y equals to 0. Okay, so I'm going to plug x and y values, 5 and 0, into equation number 1. So equation number 1, what I did was I had that z isolated. So it's going to be 2x, so 2 times 5, minus y, which is 0, minus 15 equals to z. Go ahead and solve for z. You should get that z equals to negative 5. Okay, I just solved it on the scratch paper. So you guys should do the work and then look for the actual answer. All right, so your answer is going to be, put in an order triple, so it's going to be 5, 0, negative 5, and that's your answer. Okay, and that's it for chapter 1.4b, solving by the method called the substitution. All right, good luck.